The Nebraska State Attorney General has issued a final report tonight on what he describes as a painful period in the state's history.
A time of sexual abuse in the Catholic Church. Doug Peterson began his investigation 3 years ago. He asked for and received investigative files from the Omaha Archdiocese and the other 2 dioceses in the state relating to child sexual abuse dating back to 1978.
Now, here's what Peterson found. 158 cases in the Omaha Archdiocese, 97 cases in the Lincoln Diocese, and 3 in the Grand Island Diocese. Many of the victims came forward via a hotline that the Attorney General had set up.
Unfortunately, as a result of our statute of limitations law, we are unable to identify any case that would fall within the statute of limitations to criminally prosecute, except one in which the victim decided that they could not participate in the prosecution.
Peterson said in nearly every case the victim was groomed before they were abused. By far, most cases happened before 2002, which is when the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops pledged to protect children. There are at least 5 priests in the report with ties to Siouxland.
Father Rob Allgaier worked as a priest at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Norfolk in 2001. In January of that year, police found evidence that Allgaier had viewed child pornography on a parish computer. Allgaier pleaded guilty to possession of child pornography and was removed from the ministry shortly thereafter. There were no allegations that Allgaier sexually abused anyone during his priestly assignments. He was removed from the Nebraska Sex Offender Registry in 2014.
Father Donald Cleary served as a priest at several urban and rural churches in the 1970s and 80s. 5 victims, all former altar boys, came forward to report sexual abuse by Cleary. The victims' allegations were reported to the Douglas County Attorney and the Wayne County Attorney in 2018. All incidents were beyond the statute of limitations. In 2019, Cleary was removed from priestly duties and additionally was forbidden from conducting Mass, hearing confessions, or administering sacraments such as the Eucharist.
Father Jay Cruz had been serving at St. Wenceslas Church in Verdigre from 2002 to 2004. After being transferred to St. Mary's Church in O'Neill, pornography was discovered on Cruz's computer. Numerous letters from priests and parishioners expressed concerns about apparent grooming behavior by Cruz with teenage boys. There are no allegations of physical sexual misconduct involving Cruz and teenage boys. Cruz was removed from the ministry and was also forbidden from conducting Mass, hearing confessions, or administering sacraments.
Father Edward Gill was a priest in Madison, Nebraska in the early to mid-1960s. 3 teenage female victims reported Gill sexually molested them during this time. The victims did not report the abuse until the 2000s, and according to the report, Gill apparently was never confronted. He died in 2006.
Father George Saxon was ordained to the Archdiocese in the mid-1940s. The Archdiocese received sexual abuse allegations against Saxon in 2018 and again in 2020. 2 of Saxon's teenage victims reported they were touched inappropriately by Saxon in Stanton, Nebraska and in Coleridge, Nebraska. Saxon died in 1971.
In a joint statement, the bishops who head the 3 dioceses in Nebraska acknowledged that so many innocent minors and young adults were harmed by Catholic clergy. The statement goes on to say, quote, "It is clear that the hurt is still felt, even if the abuse was perpetrated many years ago. We apologize to the victims and their families for the pain, betrayal, and suffering that never should have been experienced in the church," end quote.